Thank you, Helena, and good evening, all of you. So in the next half an hour time, I'm going to present the outcomes of TBM assessment 2009, primarily focusing on what happened in cycle 2. And I'll be focusing on very few things. But before I take you through the TBM assessment outcomes, let's look at the TBM journey in the last 15 years. We started in 1995, and in this chart, which is going to come in front of you, we are going to show you how Tata companies stacked up in 1995 and how the companies moved forward in TBM excellence journey and where are we now. So when we started the journey, 1995, 12 companies participated. And we had companies also in 51 to 150 score levels. They are extinct now, dinosaurs no longer existing. Today, no company starts at 51 to 150. We had companies 151 to 250, and then very few of them 351, 450 level. But by the time we came to 2000, we had large number of companies, center of gravity shifted to 251 to 350 levels. And we also had some companies moving up to 550, 650 band, Tata Steel, TCS, Tata Motors, some companies in 451, 550 band. In 2005, as you can see, the center of gravity shifted to 450, 550 band, 550, 650 band. And you can see there is no company in 150, 250 band or the lower band. So obviously the beginning was much better than what we used to have in 1995. And after this year, we are finding that there are 4 companies in 651, 750 band, and most companies are in 550, 650 band. So that's the progress which has taken place in the last 15 years. I thought I should also share with you a journey of our overseas companies. Very often I've been asked, how is TBM progressing in the overseas companies? And to give you some idea, this is the story of North America, where TCS obviously has been the front runner. We have Tata Technologies, we have Tata Communications, we have General Chemicals, and Indian Hotel International operations are there. All of them engaged in TBM process. If you look at Europe, you will see that 6 units of Chorus, 2 have participated this year in cycle 2, 2009. We have Tata Tea Group, Tetley, and Brunnermond, TMETC. All are participating in TBM process. The journey has begun. If you look at Middle East, we have Volta's EMD division, electromechanical division. If you look at Africa, you have Magadi Soda participating there. We have not come to South Africa as yet, but I hope next year we'll be able to give you that news also, that companies in South Africa are also participating. Come to Southeast Asia, we have in Singapore, Nat Steel, Narendran is here. We have Tata Steel Thailand, both of them in TBM process. And then in the Far East, we have Tata Daewoo. So almost everywhere, TBM has reached Tata companies, and most of Tata companies are in the TBM journey. If you look at the overall participation, look at this chart, the numbers have always been growing from 29 to this year 58, just doubled in 6 years. And in the last 5 years, 36 new companies or business units have joined the TBM journey. In the last 15 years, since we started the journey, 78 applicants have applied, those who are in Tata Group right now. And this does not include the 42 which are either out of the group or they have merged with some other entity. So 78 applicants, which is about 60 companies, are actively participating in TBM journey. If you look at this year, number of overseas companies which participated, we have Chorus Trip in Port Albert, UK. We have Chorus Distribution, Europe, Magadi Soda, Nat Steel, Tata Steel Thailand, Tata Technologies, Tata Communications for worldwide operations, Volta's EMD operations. Most important, you are the most important people, cornerstone of the excellence journey. If you were not there, we wouldn't have made this progress, because of you, we are able to have this assessment year after year. I think we need a big applause for all of you. We have, good news is we have 56 women assessors, 14% of the assessor community. Perhaps these numbers are much better than women we have in Tata managerial cadre. And this year we had 36 overseas assessors. This is a number we are not very proud of. Perhaps this is a number which we could grow. And in future, we expect to have much more participation from overseas companies in terms of assessors. These are the companies. 52 companies contributed to 403 assessors, and these are the companies which have contributed. I think we should give a big round of applause to Tata Motors in India for contributing 52 assessors, and Chorus outside India for contributing 23 assessors. And some more companies who have contributed to the assessors. Group score, where are we? And the yellow chart shows the group average score year by year. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years score. And as you can see this year, the scores have dipped. The average has come down from 485 to 474. And we did some analysis that have companies going down in the business excellence journey, or what is the reason? Three reasons came to our mind. One is, this year we had negative marking on safety, and both on process and result. And out of 58 applicants, 27 applicants had negative marking on safety. 50% companies lost either on process or on result or on both. So that was a big reason for the average to come down. First time, 5 applicants had score drop, 3 of them majorly, and 2 of them not very significant. And we had 12 first-timers in 58 applications this year. If you look at category-wise score, these are the blue lines show the category-wise average score for Cycle 1 company, and the brown line shows for Cycle 2 companies. Cycle 2 companies have to catch up. There is a huge gap. Look at leadership, look at any category, there is a huge gap. And there is an opportunity to benchmark and ramp it up fast. So there is an opportunity, and there is also a big gap. I would like to point out specifically on the result area. It is commonly understood that the difference between process result and process score and result score should not be more than 6 to 9%. If you look at Cycle 2 companies, the difference is more than 12%, 13%. In some cases, it has gone to 20%. And the reason is that these companies perhaps are still not measuring all the stakeholder results. That is reason number one. Number 2 reason is they are still not comparing themselves with their competitors' industry. They are still not comparing themselves with the best in the world. and perhaps the result also is not as sound as we see it in cycle 1 companies. So these seems to be some of the factors why the results are low in cycle 2 companies. In terms of recognition for cycle 2 companies, we had 3 companies, and perhaps this is the first time 3 companies have made a delta jump of over 75 points. Tata Metallics ready, Toyo Radiators and Tata Technologies. Congratulations to all 3 companies, and that is a significant move. And then in this cycle, companies which cross 450 score for the first time, they get recognized. And we have a long list. Nat Steel, TTSL, Delhi and AP unit had participated. Tata Communication, TC Consulting, HVAL, Nelco, TataNet Division, Tata Steel Thailand, for the first time participated and crossed 450. ASAL, Voltas, Tata Metallics. I think we need a big round of applause for them. Some companies have shifted bands also, and this is also a very significant change, because band shift is considered as a movement to a next level of excellence. And these are the companies which have shifted band in the positive manner. There is one company which has shifted in the negative manner. I chose not to present it here. Let's look at the safety performance. We have been hearing about safety. Simon made a brilliant presentation on safety, but after hearing that presentation, I was very hesitant to present this picture, what we are going to see just now. And this chart shows the safety performance of 58 applicants, companies, business units, which participated in TBM assessment 2009. Look at the numbers. Dr. Irani rightly said in the morning that fatalities for contract employee is 20 times higher than our own employee. And there is some message here. Either the safety standards are different, or all the unsafe work has been pushed out to outside our own work area and outsourced to contract employees, or contract people are not managing the safety properly. One thing we have observed in the last 3 years back when we started reporting safety, there was very clear difference in the safety standards for contract employees and own employees. But today we are seeing many companies, they are maintaining the similar standards. But despite that, the fatalities are very high in contract employees. So that's a question we need to introspect. That's the question we need to continuously ask. We need to seek answer. In terms of fatalities, there is no difference, no change in 2008 and 2009, exactly the same. 3 for permanent employees and 27 for contract employees. And this also includes those companies which did not participate in the TBM assessment. So that's the number for the entire group. In fact, in 2009, in addition to this, we had 7 fatal accidents for third party. That means people who are using our services outside the premises of the company. That's not included here. This time we observed that 15 companies lost marks on process and result. So, which means that their process score was either 45 or less, and their result score was 35 or less. So these 15 companies 3 companies lost mark on process, 9 companies on result. Safety score is 45 for process, 36 for result. Not to be very proud of. And this includes Cycle 1 companies also. This 45 score includes all the big companies, high scoring companies of Cycle 1. In terms of coverage, I used to show this chart. 3-4 years back, we used to show that the total revenue which was coming from TBM 600 plus company was 70% plus of the total Tata revenue. And we used to show that total revenue coming from companies which have not adopted TBM was less than 12%. Now that figure has changed. Total revenue coming from companies which have not adopted TBM is 44%. That means because of the expansion of Tata Group, there are still so many companies which are yet to adopt TBM. Huh? Non-TBM is 44%. Which is one on the left, yes. Yeah. And the revenue from the 600 plus company, which used to be 70 plus, has shrunk to 33. Not that their revenue has shrunk, but their portion of in the entire revenue has come down to 33. So that's it about the TBM outcomes.
The Tata Business Excellence model is a very central and essential part of what the Tata Group will be in the coming years. The environment will be extremely competitive, and it will be necessary that we adopt and go with a model that embodies the modalities of achieving excellence and competitiveness that this provides.
Certainly true that TBM teaches us operating discipline, and through operating discipline being improved, it has an impact on our cost, and I think profit is as much dependent on lowering costs as it is on increasing prices. The old attitude, which is common to many Indian units, chalega, a haphazard way of operating, that I think has been largely taken care of by TBM, which shows us a disciplined operating approach, and it has raised the bar at which Tata Steel has operated.
We must become number one in everything that we do. And what will take us to number one is actually the journey of TBM. Everything must have a, cause and effect relationship, and when you understand the cause and effect relationship very well, you will improve things. There is a foundation on which things can be improved. All these are fundamental to our becoming great.